Welcome back to the Game Room, guys. This is a bonus feature from the Dave and Mike Reviews series. Mike's chosen Mega Man 2 on the NES.
Hey guys, what's to say about this game that's not already been said before? Probably my favourite Nintendo title of all time, above Mario, above Zelda, above Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt.
This was the game for me as a kid. My dad brought me back home from after a day at work. Super Mario Bros. 2 and Mega Man 2. I played Mario Bros. 2 for a little bit, put this on, I could not stop playing it until I completed it.
Now, back in the day, I think my cousin may have had one of the Mega Man games. It might have actually been the first one, and I remember playing it thinking it was pretty cool. But I then did not play a Mega Man game, probably until about Mega Man X on the Super Nintendo, Mike. So this one, really, is quite new to me.
Yeah, Mega Man X was superb. I remember owning that on the Super Nintendo. This was on the Nintendo Entertainment System, this Mega Man 2, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, just look at it. Look how pretty it is. Look how good it still looks to this day. You know, and we're in June 2014.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic.
The graphics hold up really well. It's nice and colourful.
Yeah.
What I like about the Mega Man series of games is there's like interesting items and weapons that you can use. It's a really, really broad game. There's a lot you can do in this game.
There was, yeah. I mean, some people believe, and if I remember correctly, there's a certain order to play this game, and the bosses, the way you choose the path you want to take, because obviously when you defeat a boss at the end of every level, you get awarded their weapon.
Right, okay, and then I suppose you can use that weapon to defeat another boss. It'll help you defeat another boss.
Exactly, yeah. So, for example, I always used to do this level first, Metal Man.
Yeah.
When you defeat him at the end, you get awarded his blade, and then, if I remember correctly, the next guy I would choose to fight against would be the Woodman, and then you can batter him with the blade with ease.
That's right, because wood, obviously, versus metal blades, generally.
Yeah.
Saws, that's a metal blade, can chop them to pieces. So there's a logical order then that if you figure that logical order out, you're going to complete the game a lot easier
There was a logical order, yeah, but I mean, it's so much fun. This game is so much fun. The enemies, I mean, are just a little bit bizarre, really. I mean, what's it called in Japan?
It's called Rockman. This
Rockman.
game is, yeah.
It's just a typical Japanese game, isn't it? I mean, only the Japanese would think of these quirky little enemies jumping out at you.
Yeah, it's a really, really good game, but Mike, it's hard to get. If you're a retro collector,
Is it really?
it's hard to pick up Mega Man games these days at a reasonable price. Do you know these are going for ridiculous prices on auction sites
I
nowadays?
really wish I'd kept my original copy of this now in the box. Speaking of the box, it's quite a strange artwork for Mega Man 2 compared to the other games. If I remember correctly, he's actually looks nothing like the guys you play as in all the games. He's actually like this full-bodied 6-foot-something bloke with this metal outfit on. And then, as a kid, you think you're getting this really big, serious sort of shooter of a game, and then you plug it in and you've got this cute little blue guy running around.
Yeah.
So I always thought that was a bit weird from Capcom.
Yeah, so there you died. Did you do that intentionally to recharge your energy so that you had a better chance of fighting the boss on that particular run?
No, I did it because I'm just crap.
Well, at least you're honest. So, yeah, so your experience, what other Mega Man games in the series did you play? On what systems?
After Mega Man 2, obviously I wanted to play the original, so my dad bought me Mega Man, the original, on the Nintendo. Very good. Again, very, very similar to this. A little bit shorter, and it's tougher.
Yeah, it's a harder game.
If I remember correctly, it's even tougher, and this gets tough as well.
So here you're being awarded the item of the boss that you've just beaten. So you've got a metal blade from beating the Metal Man.
That's right, yeah. So you get awarded his weapon. I like this as well in the old days. The password it offered you there. You'd basically select that password option and you would write down the password. That was the same system.
Right, I mean, that is actually quite good because I think you may have seen one of my videos recently.
Yeah.
Some cartridges use battery backups
That's
to
right.
save games. That means you guys, if you've got Mega Man cartridges that use passwords, you haven't got to worry about the batteries leaking acid and destroying your cartridge. So there's one little fact that you...
I didn't know that.
Because, I mean, I've got carts in my collection on the Super Nintendo, for example. They've got batteries. I mean, my Donkey Kong Country, I ripped that open the other day and changed the battery on it before that started leaking.
Cool.
And that could destroy the circuit board. But anyway, that's great. It's good that this uses passwords. But are the passwords really long passwords?
They are. They're a right pain in the arse. As you can see, I've just changed to the Metal Man suit. That's why Mega Man's changed colour to a sort of browny colour. And it just cuts through most enemies like butter, the blade does. But then there'll be enemies it can't defeat at all, it'll just bounce off them.
Yeah, is that the enemies that have metal outfits on? Because it will just bounce and rebound off them? Or
It's just random.
It's just random,
It's
is
just
it?
It's just, you've got to work out what enemies are susceptible to what weapon.
So there's a bit of logic involved in this game, not just in the boss battles then, but actually in the enemies that you approach in the stage in general then.
There is a bit of logic applied. Watching this game now though, I just would love them to Capcom to bring back Mega Man in a big way. I'm not saying we want this sort of platforming, because we've moved on from that, but I'd love them to bring the series back for PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, for PC gamers. I would love to see it come back.
So, in a comeback, you'd want to see a full 3D environment, presumably then, not a 2D platforming shoot-up like this game is.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they could do with with the 3D environment, maybe a sandbox environment for it, because the world was so interesting in Mega Man, and I just think it's a series that I know it's a bit of a cult series now. That so many of Capcom's fans they want this game back.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've seen a remake of this game. Is there a version of this game that was released on Xbox Live? I think there was on Xbox Arcade.
Yeah, you're right.
I think there was a remake, wasn't there?
Yeah, I think It wasn't Mega Man X, was it?
Yeah, I think it might have been one of the earlier ones, because I remember it was NES art style. It wasn't SNES art style.
Was it really? Okay.
Yeah, I remember seeing a video on Cinemassacre where Mike Matei played it and gave a review on it, and gave it a very, very good review. It has to be said.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a really good job recreating the Mega Man game on the Xbox 360.
Yeah, I mean it's a great title. It's one of those games you don't forget how to play. I mean, I'm playing this for the first time I'm in my mid-30s now. I've played this since I was a kid.
That's incredible.
A young kid, and you just don't forget how to play it. I mean, it's not as straightforward as it looks to play either. There's more to this game than running and jumping and shooting. There really is a little bit more to it than that. It's quite a clever little platformer as well, as including all the weapons and all that sort of stuff.
So there, when you ran underneath those enemies, was it because, as I saw, the shot that you fired actually bounced off and didn't seem to damage the enemy? Is that why you let them jump over you?
No, it was just luck, because I'm a bit crap.
Died again?
Died again.
Well, there you go. So you're changing. This is an item selection screen.
Yeah, changing over to the blade, because this should wipe him out with ease, if I remember correctly.
Is there a pattern to the bosses, like
Yes.
when they move and fire stuff as well?
Yeah, there is a pattern to the bosses, and it's learning their patterns. This boss isn't the toughest, but some of the bosses will have you pulling your hair out.
Right, because you've got to try and understand the pattern and when you can actually fire shots at them, I guess.
Exactly, and it's remembering their moves, remembering when to jump, when to run under them, when to fire your weapon.
Yeah, that reminds me of like Sonic games. Some of the Robotnik bosses in the Sonic games, similar kind of thing. You'd have to get their pattern down to be able to beat them and know when to hit them.
That's right.
Because there was some where if you hit them at the wrong time, you'd hit a spike and you go flying off and lose rings.
That's right, yeah.
So similar kind of thing. So this stage select screen, Mike, the music for me is kick-ass. I always loved this tune when I heard it.
I love it, and I love the music on the level, especially this level coming up, Bubble Man. The music on this, it just brings back so many memories. It's super. I love that Japanese sort of atmospheric, wacky tune.
It's funny that, because that was one of the things I loved about Ridge Racer was the Japanese techno music that accompanied that. That always pumped me up and got me going. Is that the same for this for you?
Yeah, definitely. And you never forget the songs. These songs will be in my head now for a few days.
Yeah, I think I actually had the Mega Man stage select, Mega Man 2 stage select as a ringtone on my phone once.
Oh, and I've died again. And I think
that's game over.
Yeah, and I think we'll call it a day. And I think that's that.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for playing, Mike.
Thank you, guys. Take care.